Okay, summing up everything, what we can see is that if you look at the figure A, we can see the D1, which is the demand curve of market 1. We have the MR1, which is the marginal revenue curve of market 1. Again, looking at figure B, we have the D2, which is a demand curve of market 2, the MR2, the marginal revenue curve of market 2. Summing up this MR1 and MR2, what we get is that we get the total marginal revenue curve represented by this curve, MR. So, again, further, if you look at the figure C, which represents the total market, okay, what happened was in figure C, we can also see this MC curve, which is the marginal cost curve of this monopolist. Again, in this figure C, what we can see is that the marginal revenue curve did intersect the marginal cost curve at point E, giving us OQ as the equilibrium output, which means E is the equilibrium point where the monopolist sold his output equivalent to OQ. So, yes, this OQ, it is his total output, which is to be sold in market 1 as well as in market 2. How much out of the total output OQ he'll be selling in market 1 and how much he'll be selling in market 2. For that, what we did is from the point of intersection, that means from point E, we draw a line we draw a line EA, okay, which is parallel towards the output axis. And again, looking at figure C, we can say that yes, OQ is the total output and QE, it is the marginal cost. We can get how much he sold in market 1 and how much he sold in market 2 by basing this QE as the marginal cost. Looking at this line EA, we can see that this line EA that intersects the MR2, this curve MR2, which represents the market 2 at point E2. It did intersects the MR1, which represents the market 1 at point E1. Okay, so this E2 is the point of intersection of this line with the marginal with the MR2. E1, it is a point of intersection of this line with MR1. So after having done that, what we can see is that this monopolist, he's been able to sell OQ2 as the output in market 2. How is that? It is at point E2 where this, okay, like what I've been telling you, this QE, it is the marginal cost. The important conditions for any firm or any producer is the equality of MC and MR. This is the MC cost. QE is the MC cost, which means this line represents the cost, the marginal cost. So this marginal cost intersect the marginal revenue curve MR2 at point E2, that of market 2, which shows this monopolist has been able to sell OQ2 output in market 2. Again, looking again at this very same line which represents the marginal cost, okay, this line did intersects the marginal revenue of market 1 at point E1, giving OQ1 as the output, which means this monopolist, he's been selling OQ1 output in market 1 and OQ2 in market 2. Again, from the point of intersection, what we can see is that further, what what the diagram shows us is that this monopolist in market 1, he's been able to sell OQ1 output at P1 Q1 prices. Again, at market 2, this monopolist has been able to sell OQ2 output at P2 Q2 output. P2 Q2 price. And just by looking at a diagram, what we can see is that the price in market 2 is greater than that of in market 1, that is P1, Q1. So after having sell this much in market 1 and this much in market 2, which means he's been able to sell a total output equivalent to OQ output. He's been able to sell P1 Q1 priced in market 1. He's been able to sell P2 Q2 price in market 2, and as such, taking these together, what happened was this monopolist has been able to reap a maximum profit equivalent to the area MEC. Okay, so we'll stop here for today. We'll see you in the next class. Thank you.